I do. All right. Now, see, and this is the part that cats don't understand. Okay. And I saw something on Facebook that made a lot of sense. He said this youngster, I think it was Wale. One of them cats. When he went to the pen, he said he got to the yard. He said, "You see all these black men in here?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Most of these guys are here because they don't have no daddies in their life." Okay, what that mean? He said, "Well, you don't have a dad in your life. You got all that female emotion instilled in you, and you mix that with testosterone.
There it is.
Niggas, you acting off of emotion. You're not acting off of common sense. You're dealing with men. Most men are logical. OG Steve, I see you, baby. Thank you, Doc.
Man, much love, man.
So most men are illogical. Most women are emotional. Okay, so if you got an emotional creature with testosterone and that shit is raging, you're gonna get what you're getting right now. People are gonna be reacting without thinking, and that's because see, your mama, your daddy taught you how to fight. Your mama don't teach you how to fight. Your mama don't want you to fight. I tell you about the time my daddy made me go fight somebody in my front yard.
Shit, tell it again.
Okay. I told it to my nephew this morning. I'm about 13 or 14. I've been picked on all my life. And I'm a Catholic school kid. So I was always taught to turn the other cheek. They've been kicking me on both sides of my ass, 7th grade most of the time. So now in summertime, I'm out of Catholic school. I got kicked out of Catholic school, but I'm still not neighborhood ready yet. I ain't neighborhood tested yet. So me and my boys playing football down the street. And for some reason, we playing the guys around the corner, but for some reason, every time we play football, a fight break out. We playing football, and sure enough, the fight break out. Homeboy stole on me, knocked the shit out of my ass, okay? So I got enough of my faculties together, I took off running. Homeboy did too. We both running down. I'm going to the pad. Where my house was, we had a small brick. I lived on the corner, had a small brick wall fence. I could hurdle this fence, okay? I hurdled this fence like in the Olympics, right? Homeboy right behind me, like we in the 100-yard dash. I run up on the porch. The door was open. Door was unlocked. I run up in the pad. Homeboy run in the pad behind me. He runs in the pad behind me. My dad come out the kitchen. What the fuck is going on? So we got into a fight, and he ran up in the house. He said, "You ran up in my house?" Oh, hell no. My daddy was pissed. What happened? We got into a fight, and I ran home. Oh, you ran home? I know. Get out. Go outside. My old man said, "Go out there." And do what? You got to fighting. You can't keep running. You can't keep running. So what happened was that day, I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. I did not win the fight, but I won the confidence. Because I realized I could take this guy's punches. And I let him have a few. I gave him a good run for his money, but he had a little more fight experience than I did. That was the summer leading to the 9th grade. In the 9th grade, we had something at Vanguard called Senior Ditch Day. Everybody did school. We go to Playa del Rey Beach. Now, we drank wine back then. We didn't smoke a lot of weed back then. We drank wine. My partner had a bottle of Boone's Farm. I'm 14 years old. I ain't no big drinker. I eat that shit like Kool-Aid. Got a headache. I'm sitting on the beach. One of my girlfriends let me put my head in her lap. She was that thoughtful of me. And the same dude came up to me, kicked sand in my face and mouth like a beach blanket bingo bum. Okay? And I wouldn't bother nobody. And I realized who it was. The confidence I had from fighting that cat the first time gave me combined with the being pissed off for fighting sand and shit. I kicked his ass. He's supposed to be a gangster. I kicked his ass. Now with Centennial, nobody bothered me. I kicked his ass that day. It was known. Oh, Eric, by the time I was going by Lonzo, that dude right there, now he cool. He'll fight. So I still hung out with the squares, but I was a square that could fight.
There it is. I love those old school stories, man. We got to dive a little bit deeper into your life this year on the show, because I know you got a lot of stuff and a lot of gems that we haven't even talked about. But before we continue, please, everybody, hit that like button. If this is the first time joining the channel, you are tuned into Not Without Alonzo with the godfather of West Coast hip hop. If you don't know, now you know. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's move on, Lonzo. I want to give you another clip. And this is, we're going to step away from the niggaverse. We're going to talk a little bit of music now. But boom, boom, boom. All right, I want to play this clip that I came across this week of Bosco, a very popular media personality. He had some interesting things to say about N.W.A. and gangster rap recently. So I want your response. I'm going to go ahead and play it. It's about a minute long. Take it in and let's go. This is Bosco on the Nothing is Something podcast. Shout out to them.
It fucked us up, bro. Like, I say it all the time, bro. Like, gangster rap, I feel like gangster rap and gang banging just fucked our whole culture up, bro. Like, I feel like, just imagine, because I had this conversation with a few partners, and like, bro, just imagine if we never had an NWA, if NWA never started gangster music, and imagine if Raymond Washington and Tookie never, like, you know what I mean? Imagine if none of that shit never happened, if we was all just black, dealing with the same struggle, the white folks keeping us oppressed. Well, just imagine what our culture would be like. I think like it really separated us, bro. And that nigga, like, you know what's crazy? What really made me think about that? Because Nip had a song called.
So that's pretty much my question to you, Lonzo. Very simple question. What if NWA never existed?
Ooh. That's a good question, Dusty. You know, when you go back to the beginnings of NWA, think about this for a minute now. Think about this for a minute. I get this a lot. When they first came out, they were not gangsters. They were not gangsters. Movies. Go to the movie, Straight Outta Compton. When Dre's sitting on the courthouse steps, he's talking about doing reality rap. Not talking about gangster rap. At that time, Mixmaster Spade and Toddy T had it going on with reality rap. That shit was street stuff. Okay. NWA was never supposed to go mainstream. Never, ever, ever. That was never their goal. If you ask, look at some of Dre's or Cube's interviews, they never intended on going mainstream. It wasn't until Luke won his case against Disney and changed everything. See, people say a lot of things, but me and Unknown had this conversation just the other day. It wasn't so much NWA, it was Luther Campbell that changed a lot of shit. Okay? I'm not defending the NWA. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending them at all. But I'm just saying, when the shit jumped off, because before Luke won his case against Disney, there were two types of records. There was the independent version. There was the Walmart version. Okay? Walmart at that time was the #1 retailer of records in the country. Walmart has more stores than Warehouse, Big Ben, Licorice Pizza, anybody. Nobody can fade Walmart because they had stores and they had bins. They had big bins. But Walmart would not carry anything cussing. Back then, they had the stickers. You had to put the parent advisory sticker on the records if it had cussing on it. Okay, and at some point in time, once that freedom of speech thing was won between Luther Campbell and Disney, because Luther Campbell was a Luke Skywalker for a long time. Disney said, "No, fuck you, give me my shit back. You can't be Luke Skywalker and fuck over us too." Okay, so when they did that. Now everybody cussing became the fad. NWA was one of the first ones that did it and was able to take advantage of it, along with Luther Campbell. Luther was talking about sex. He wasn't talking about gangbanging. This is why they give NWA the credit for the shit, but it was actually Luther Campbell, him getting shut down, caused the case that gave them the First Amendment right to cuss on records. Pussy, dick, with all that shit, no longer a problem. Everybody else turned into the motherfucker and nigga. So now Walmart got a problem because no matter what happens, Walmart is selling fewer records than the mom and pops are, because the mom and pop stores are carrying the explicit versions. Walmart ain't carrying the Pat Boone version, and that Pat Boone shit ain't selling. They got, because the record business, you got to send anything that don't sell, you got to send it 100% back to the record store, 100% back to the record company. So the Pat Boone shit ain't selling. Meanwhile, the Richard Pryor shit is selling, and when you start selling shit, people start finding ways to play it. So that's when they start reversing shit and whoop and putting beeps on shit. You can't hardly understand the record because they got so many beeps and reversals in it. But that shit took the street rap to the mainstream